Shalom Akim, Yahweh Bashim Shai, Bashim Wakakadash, Barakatam. Alright, double honors and salutations to elders and apostles of Group Mistone Rule Well, and to Akim try to focus on the earth. So yeah, say greetings, and shalom. Yeah, so you see on the screen, it tells you about the, whew, boy, World War Three. It's on the horizon. It's just let me just say seconds away from now. All right. We are on the verge of World War Three, and that's a vibration that I kept need to be pushing, man. Because the elders, the elder Apostle Tahar already talked about, you know, the year of 2021 is the hastening unto the day of the coming of our Lord Hamashiach Yahushai. So these things have to speed up, all right, because our salvation is near, and things have to happen, all right. So, so it says American Admiral, or that's from the Navy, says United States is on the brink of nuclear war. Okay, so let me play this video real quick, and I get the precepts. I keep this video as brief as possible.
The US is on the brink of a nuclear war with Russia and China. At least that's the stark warning from America's strategic command.
That's not a warning. That is that's a statement of fact. All right, that's a statement of prophecy that the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is gonna put in the mind of these military men, and it doesn't matter where they are on the face of the earth. That's what they're gonna be preparing to do. Okay, so alliances are being set in place because World War III has to take place. All right, the World War III has to take place, so that way, we come closer to the end of this chapter, all right, of Babylon's rulership.
And Chief, the four-star Admiral Charles Richmond.
The US military must shift its principal assumption from nuclear employment is not possible.
Yep. Nuclear employment is not possible. What else does it say? Nuclear employment is very real. It's a very real possibility. So the possibility of it happening is 100%. All right, that's what the Lord is going to let to happen.
To nuclear employment is a very real possibility, and act to meet and deter that reality.
Well, they can't stop that reality. All right, that's what the Lord said this in the book of Revelation, chapter 11. It says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Yep, that's the reason why these things are happening. The Lord is speeding things up. All right. And then you read the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 5. It lets you know what you have to expect. All right. It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments roiled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. And that's what you're going to get when these nuclear missiles are being launched, all right, when they're, you know, sent from different areas of the world, all right? And, oh boy, the destruction is going to be monumental, all right? The scripture tells about how much damage that these nuclear missiles are going to, cause.
Well, the former UN weapons inspector Scott Ritter believes the warnings are a dangerous move.
If the United States uses nuclear weapons against Russian forces or on Russian soil, the Russians will have no choice but to respond. This is what makes the Admiral's statements about preparing for nuclear war so dangerous, because there is no way of containing it. If there is a nuclear war between the United States and Russia, it will be a nuclear war, which means not only will both nations be annihilated, but the world will currently know it.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I gotta read Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 9. It says, Son of man, actually it's from verse 8. Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 8. It says, Son of man. All right. It says, again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, all right. The word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus said the Lord say a word, say a sword. All right. A sword is sharpened and also furbished. This Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 9. A sword is sharpened and furbished. It is sharpened. And what does it mean? It's being fine-tuned by the nuclear scientists. They're coming up with better algorithms for how they could, manage the effectiveness of these nuclear missiles. New technology is being brought forward to guide the missiles properly. You have advanced satellites. They're testing every single concept. Okay. It says in verse 10, it is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contamined the rod of my son as every tree. All right. And this verse 11 says, and he had given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. Yep, so that's what's gonna happen very soon, man. Yeah, man, you just gotta be, man, you gotta, you know, pray the Lord about Shemakash, deliver our people, one sort of our people as quick as possible in this last days. You already know it's gonna happen, but you still gotta pray that you be delivered, okay? That you remain steadfast and faithful unto the end. All right, so that's gonna be the ultimate, signature of the downfall of Esau, the sword and the nuclear missile. That's the reason why the Lord allowed him to have that technology. So when you read the book of Isaiah chapter 24, you read that verse 19 and 20, it tells you what you also have to expect. Isaiah chapter 24, 19 and 20 says, the earth is utterly broken down, the earth is clean dissolved, the earth is moved exceedingly, the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cartage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. So this nuclear missile is going to cause so much damage on the face of the earth, man, that the earth will have to go through divine intervention, man, when the Lord gives the word for the world to be able to repair itself.
The United States identified Russia and China as peer adversaries, requiring the buildup of conventional military power to.
And that's the reason, also another reason why you have to remember why 9/11 happened. That was a huge springboard, man. Brother, think about it. Before they came to the truth, they were pissed off. But now that you understand what prophecy is about, you're glad that it happened because it was a boost. It was a quick leap. Because he said no, he has a short time, so he has to do something drastic. And the Lord allowed that to happen. The Most High sanctioned it. And when you watch, the destruction of those towers in New York, and you see the face, of Yahushua above the buildings in that smoke, then you realize, what is the Lord's will that those things, those attacks happen. You know, so hopefully, the Lord get us through these difficult times, man, because you don't want to be on the face of the earth when all this craziness happens, man. That's why it's necessary that you are covered by the blood of Hamashiach Yahushai, all right? And Upload the video some more, man.
Adequately contain the threat they pose both in Europe in terms of the Russians and in the Pacific in terms of the Chinese. As things currently stand, the United States does not have the conventional military force necessary to successfully engage with the guarantee of conventional victory.
Yeah, that's why the Lord also said this. Let me get that precept real quick. It's Joel chapter 2 verse 20 says, "But I will remove far off from you the northern army." So America's military is going to be deployed, man. Sent to the Persian Gulf, to Europe, and to the Pacific, and Africa too. So Africa, Middle East, Europe, the Southeast Asia, and all that stuff. America's going to be deployed over there. America and NATO troops, man, because this is exactly what the Lord is going to do. So the Lord says in Joel chapter 2, verse 20, "But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive you into a land barren and desolate." That's the Middle East, okay? "And his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part towards the utmost sea, and his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he had done great things." So that's the terribleness of the Lord. It's going to cause Esau to go over there into the Middle East, into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, and get his judgment there.
Either Russia or China, which means that should there be a conflict, nuclear weapons would probably have to be employed on the part of the United States. It will take some time, but we eventually got through the Cold War, and I'm hopeful we will eventually get through this.
Well, well. That's why you have to fear the Lord. Wow, you have to fear the Lord, because the destruction is coming up. So Revelations chapter 20, verses 5 and 6 says, "But the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished." All right, so this is talking about in the future, all right, future prophecy for the kingdom, okay? Because when you read verse 4, it tells you that, the elect are going to reign with Yahweh Shai HaMashiach 1,000 years. And after 1,000 years is over, the Edomites will be gotten rid of. And then it says in verse 5, "The rest of the dead," all right, "the heathens live not again until the 1,000 years were finished." So the heathens are going to go back to their lands and rebuild. And they're going to have to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, all right? And then it also says this is the first resurrection. So the first resurrection of the elect, that is the ones that are going to be delivered on the first go around from the nuclear missiles. When you read the book of Judges, it tells you those that were delivered from the land of drawing waters, where you have the arches and all that stuff. It tells you. In fact, let me get that real quick, man. I don't like to just quote scriptures like that. So, book of Judges. All right, let's see. Let me put it up real quick. Judges chapter 5, verse 11 says, "They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the place of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord Yahweh, Bashim Ashab, Bashim Kakadash, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord Yahweh go down to the gates." All right. So that's the first resurrection right there. Okay. And then it says in verse 6. Revelation chapter 20, verse 6. It says, Blessed and holy is he that had part in the first resurrection. On such the second death had no power. What's the second death? The death caused by the nuclear missile, alright, the second destruction, right? Because you already know the first destruction of the earth was by water during the time of Noah. But they shall be priests of the Most High Yahweh, and of his anointed Hamashiach Yahushai, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. Alright? So that's exactly what we're looking forward to in these last days. Alright? And then the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 36. It tells you can also link this up with the book of Second Ezra. Alright? It tells you, Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all those things, right? All these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. So only the elect, all right, the 144,000 shall be able to stand before the Son of Man. And what it tells you in Second Ezra is that they receive the reward, crowns and the scepters and all that good stuff, and gonna be able to judge the nations in righteousness and in truth. So there is no other way around this, man. You just have to understand that prophecy has to take place, and it's scary, and at the same time, it's very, very exciting. So that's the point that I came. We've been edified and pray the Lord Hamashiach Yahushai continue to guide you and give you more insight into why things are happening. Shalom.